A social services centre in one of Berlin's poorest neighbourhoods, Neukölln. Florian Niciu needs assistance. He's a trained pest controller from Romania, but he hasn't yet received certification to work in Germany, so he's looking for a part-time job. He left Romania because he was tired of living in poverty.
Here I am in the middle of my life and I'm starting all over again. I have to get used to new customs and a new language. And professionally, I'm starting out again at square one. So it's difficult to find work.
And things could soon even get more difficult for people like Niciu. Germany is considering a new law that will require immigrants to find a job within 6 months or leave. CSU politician Stefan Mayer wants the proposal to pass.
We want to prevent people from abusing Europe's Freedom of Movement Directive. It's an important and cherished privilege. Those people who travel to Germany under the guise of looking for work never actually find work and end up taking welfare benefits.
Stefan Mayer points to German neighbourhoods like Neukölln. A high percentage of people living here hail from southeastern Europe, and a large number of them get social benefits. Germany's Interior Minister Thomas de Maizière has already looked into the problem. According to his report, neighbourhoods like Neukölln and accompanying immigration problems are the exception, not the rule.
Immigration from Bulgaria and Romania and the social problems associated with it are on a national scale manageable. As a nation, we can manage.
But the CSU isn't giving up. The party raised another issue during the European elections, social benefit fraud. The party wants harsher penalties.
People who cheat get kicked out, period.
The party's plan: anyone who lies on their benefit forms gets deported immediately.
Of course, barring entry is appropriate in some instances. The EU Freedom of Movement Directive acknowledges that, for things like serious crimes or when the public is put in danger. But not just because somebody filled out a form wrong.
Vladimir Bohoevsky is a consultant at the German Trade Union Federation. He gives workers from southeastern Europe legal advice. Bohoevsky says fears over benefit fraud are just populist rhetoric. It rarely occurs.
There were a total of 122 cases where suspicion of benefit fraud by a Bulgarian or Romanian immigrant could be confirmed. That means 122 in all. And for me, I personally don't consider that those numbers pose any danger to our welfare system.
The governing coalition partner, the SPD, has put the brakes on the proposal. It has been sent for review.
We can't forget that these people who live here with us can't be capriciously deported. We have to look closer. Who did what and why? We want to review each case individually and make discretionary decisions. We don't want to pass an abstract law that will be used indiscriminately.
Debates over the proposal have drawn attention to people's rising insecurity on the subject. Agnes Simon sees the effects every day.
The situation is simply too much for people to handle. It's taxing for the people who come here. The EU can't cope, and neither can Germany.
Life isn't easy in Germany for Florian Niciu, but even with all of its difficulties, it's still better than the life he used to have back in Romania.